Yeah.
that I did. Okay, so we definitely didn't talk about replays because I wanted to get your opinion on. Okay, so we have plenty to talk about today. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, so do you want to start? I mean, we're live.
Oh, awesome! Thanks.
But, well, I mean, like live. We're not recording it.
All right, I'm ready.
Go.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Away Fans, the Away Fans podcast. We are doing our match week 8 review today. Nick's back, thank God.
I'm back.
Because talking to yourself, it's a lot. I don't know how you managed your episode that you did
I
was
got
like
like
25
20.
minutes.
Yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah, no idea how you did it.
See,
Like,
here's the thing though is I did that much because I was like, if I only pull out 10 minutes, Zedge is gonna bitch at me. And then like I was disappointed when I looked and saw you only did 11 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? Like he'd be
see, in
pissed
my
if I
head,
did that.
I was like, there's no way Nick will yell at me for doing this. Because I'm like, I'm the one that gets pissed about things, so we're good.
You probably
Yeah,
thought I wasn't gonna listen.
well, that, but I also didn't want to like keep repeating myself because I felt like, I don't know, it would have been better if it was the review, like the review show, because then I could have talked about all the shit that happened. But because it's a preview, like after our bets and everything, like everything I say is all like a guess. So I could like talking complete bullshit the entire time
Yeah.
and be like, and nothing goes my way.
I don't know. I talk to myself all day long daily, so I just like
Yeah,
did that for the video. So for mine at
yeah.
least, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
we
just
got
doing
through
it.
it. Now we're both back and should be good. And we have some later weeks coming up. So the next 2 episodes, is it 2 weeks of international break?
Yeah, that usually is right. It's usually 2 weeks.
Yeah, because we'll be back. The next game is on Saturday, October 21st. So it's not this. So we'll have this week. This will be the only episode. Next week we'll only have one episode. No, we only have like one real weekend off, right? Whatever,
Whatever.
whatever. Um, So yeah, we're going into an international break. So this is how the standings are. We're going to go through the games from last weekend, and yeah, first one, Luton Tottenham. Did you get a chance to watch this one?
Nope. Saw the goal.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think, and of course, like I say it every time, I'm very biased, but I think Tottenham continue to get lucky. I think they're a lucky team. I think Luton should have punished them. I don't know. Luton missed an open goal that I don't know how they could have missed, but Tottenham's top of the
Champions.
league. So
Champions win games like that, man.
yeah, I know.
Champions
I
win games like that.
know. Fulham, Sheffield United. Fulham had a nice win. Burnley,
Yep.
Chelsea. Chelsea looked like they're finding their form a little bit.
Yeah. Who
Your
would have
boy
thought?
Jackson got a goal.
Finally, it's about damn time. I think I got rid of him. I'm not sure. Maybe I did.
In FPL.
Yeah.
Then we had a really exciting game. Well, exciting from the 90th minute on, I would say. Brentford had a well taken goal, and then Nick stood firm by Scott
I
McTots
mean,
for a long time,
he's always been my favorite player. All my
which
what?
very impressive. like,
What?
like you're one of the few people that can actually be like, I've backed Scott McTominay
No, I
from day
know. That's why it feels good.
one.
That's why it felt good because I was like, he is. I've never. There was a short time period where I almost, reverted back and said, I don't know if he's my favorite player. And then I literally, it was funny. Like, that happened for like a week. And then
Yeah,
he came in for like 5 minutes the next game.
yeah,
Gave
he's
away the
back.
ball 3 times, but just tackled the shit out of someone. I was like, yeah, he's my favorite player. It's pretty easy.
You got to say the one thing you can't question about him is how much he loves the club,
Yeah.
which I don't think you can say for all of the Man United players.
No, and
At the moment.
it is very cliche, and some people hate passion
Hmm.
merchants or whatever you call them.
Yeah,
I got a little soft spot for it. I like it. And
yeah,
he's just, I don't know, dude. It's just something about him. It's probably because, like, if I was a player, I would probably be him. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, yeah.
Realistically, I would be Harry Maguire, but I would want to be Scott McTominay. Does that make sense?
I think Harry Maguire thinks about that. I think he's just like Harry Maguire is a less skilled Scott McTominay. I think that's what it boils down to.
I don't know about that.
Harry Maguire wants to be a midfielder, like so bad.
Like, but
You can see
literally,
it in the England national team game.
I think if you when I think of the way I played actually though, I feel like I probably was Maguire esque in mold. I
You
think
played more in the mid, didn't you?
no, I was center back.
Like your
After,
senior season, you're saying?
yeah, I
After the good ones left.
fucking hated it. I
Um,
love playing outside mid. Oh,
I don't
so fun.
I don't know because obviously I don't know, we can talk about this all day and
Yeah, that's the problem.
relapse into our high school
Yeah.
days. But I always obviously would have loved to be the Ozil player.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know who I would have been more like. I definitely wasn't 2-footed. I don't know. We'll come back to it.
We'll come
I'm
back
not
to
sure
it.
exactly.
We'll come
Because
back to it.
I wasn't good enough to be Ozil. Like I didn't get enough assists.
Mm.
If I was Ozil, I would have had like way more assists.
Trying
And I had more goals than Ozil.
Kind of like a Jorginho.
But I didn't play defense, so that's the issue.
I know, and
That
that's
I
what I
run
was gonna
into.
say. Yeah, you were like right in the middle of those two. Whatever. Anyways, I was camping, right?
Yeah.
Already not a good mood. Just general. Not a great mood. And so I throw in the game. You go to 1-0 down. My phone was about to die. I was like, Mackenzie, give me your phone. I have whatever. I'm gonna watch it. Scott goes in. Day's already made. Don't care if we win or lose. And then they scored, and it was weird. Like my girlfriend's family has no idea. Doesn't care about soccer. I don't even know if they like soccer. But it's just we're all eating breakfast. And I was like, I didn't even say anything. I just threw my hands up. It's a good moment. I was happy.
Yeah, two good moments. Both from Scott. Yeah, I mean, what an impact sub off the bench, and like I said, you can see that he really, really loves the club. Which I'm the same way as you. Like, I love to hear that kind of stuff. Like, I love like the little interviews that players do, and they'll be like, give me a pen and I'll sign another contract. Like that stuff. I'm like, fire me up, let's go.
And I don't know if you know this too, but Sir Alex Ferguson's wife died the day before, 2 days before.
Yeah.
And Scottish. Yeah. It was kind of a
just to get the win for her too.
Fergie
I think
time.
Yeah,
Fergie time. A classic. Yeah, just made sense.
So big win for Man United. Takes them out of the bottom half of the table.
Right where we need to be.
The 10th. Within striking distance. Yeah. Am I making this up? Hold on 1 second.
No, we're 10th. Way.
Yeah. If I was reading I was listening to the club with Adam McCullough.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was like, if City lose their next match and we win, we're only 3 points behind Man City. And he's like, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
It's so early in the season too.
Yeah, I know. You say that at the very end, last 2 games, you're like, okay.
Yeah. Everton beat Bournemouth in a convincing 3-0 win. Everton seemed to have found their form.
I don't understand Everton though, but they'll lose 5.
They'll drop it off again.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yep. Crystal Palace tie Nottingham Forest in a pretty boring game. Brighton Liverpool. Liverpool had the lead pretty late in this one, if I'm not mistaken. Then Brighton scored at the end, towards the end.
Yeah, they went goals. They went up 2-1 pretty quickly. The 2 goals were pretty fast, and then at the end, Brighton
scored at the end.
Yeah.
Yep. Which sucks because I took Liverpool's money line on that one.
So I was live betting this game. When they went 1-0 down, I threw 10 on Liverpool to win and 10 on a draw. And so when the pen went in to go up to 2-1, I cashed out the draw at $8.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, that was a genius move.
Yeah.
Like, if they win, then obviously they drew. But I was so close to making a lot of money. Covering my ass.
And so going back to that, like, the beginning of Tottenham were like pushing for a goal. And I was like, Jesus Christ, everyone in the Tottenham front line is going to score. And so I put a live bet on Richarlison to score, and they scored 1 goal the entire game. If you watch the first 5 minutes of that game, it looks like they're gonna win 15-0.
Really?
They were just like repeatedly like at the face of goal. Like Richarlison could have scored probably. Like it was just like I don't know. It looked like a game where they were just gonna blow them away.
Yeah. What are the odds on Richarlison to score? Plus 5,000.
No, it was like plus 210, something like that. He started, so
I know, just being kind of an asshole, but
yeah. But from the beginning of the game, it looked like I was like, oh Jesus, this is gonna be a blowout. So I'll just take someone to score.
they look like that when they're on. Though they look like when City's on.
Yeah.
On. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's just like
Which is
constant,
unfortunate. Because
constant.
you hear that a lot. That a lot of people like watching them right now, and I'm like, it's gonna crumble at some point.
It will, but it's gonna crumble just because lack of depth. I just don't think
Yep.
No one besides Arsenal and City, Liverpool. Now they fix some things.
Yeah.
But no one else has depth.
Full second string depth. Yeah. West Ham Newcastle, another 2-2 draw. Which again, I'm trying to remember the game, and my computer doesn't cooperate.
West Ham went up early.
Yeah, West Ham went up early. Then Newcastle went up 2-1. It was identical game.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And then Kudus scored a banger.
Yeah.
On a volley. It was a nice goal. But like Newcastle were completely running the game, and then it was like completely against the run of play. But Kudus looked good. I don't know if you watched that game.
I didn't, but I did see his goal on a couple clips.
He just came on and looked dynamic. Like, yeah, he could be big for West Ham.
I've seen some Ajax fans saying like without him they are.
Yeah. They haven't won a game since he left.
Yeah.
We had Wolves Aston Villa, which was a draw, and I believe a little scuffle after with the two managers. They like didn't shake hands and were pissed at each other.
Really, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And then we had the most important match of the weekend, Arsenal versus Man City, where we saw Arsenal beat Man City in the Premier League for the first time in, what did they say, 6.5 years? I think it was the first time we got a point against Man City in 6.5 years in the Premier League.
That is wild.
And then the first time we got a win in, it was like 8 years, or 8.5 years, something like that.
That's wild.
Yeah,
it was a good stat.
Not a good stat. I felt amazing after
that
game.
I bet.
The full game, I was shitting myself. David Raya had some shaky moments in the first half, and then had an outstanding second half. The way we scored the goal, all 4 substitutes that came on.
Yeah, touched it.
Yeah, Partey to Tomiyasu to Havertz to Martinelli.
Yeah, what the hell was Tomiyasu doing up there?
Dude, I don't know. He was floating in the middle and he just darted forward. You can see him realize that Foden was like not going to track him, so he just darted forward and Partey played a perfect pass to him.
Yeah, every time I watch that replay, I'm like, he's like sitting up there like a center forward would. You know what I mean? Like back turn to goal.
And honestly, like Havertz. First off, his cameo performance when he came on was amazing. Like winning those balls over the top that Raya was playing out just to like kill time.
Yeah.
But I think he might be the only player on Arsenal besides like Odegaard who settles that and puts it back for Martinelli. Yeah. Like I think almost everyone else tries to turn and hit the shot or something, but the layup to Martinelli was exactly perfect, and I think that was a bit like I think that's much bigger for Havertz than the penalty was a couple weeks ago or last week. So I was happy to see him give that assist, and it felt freaking good. Felt good. We looked the better team like in the second half too.
They did not look good at all. City did not look good at all.
No, it looked like they settled.
Didn't look like he just didn't look like a problem, to be honest, at all.
He was allowed 0.00 xG in the game.
Really?
He didn't register a shot.
Is that like is that the first time the Premier League a full game he's gotten that?
In the Premier League, the last time was when we played him in the Community Shield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Gabriel and Saliba are just like. Saliba especially is like. Did you see the video of him bodying Haaland?
Yeah. Which.
Yeah. It's not a foul. Don't even start.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a foul.
It looks a little foul-y to me. Who Where am I going? Oh yeah, no, never mind.
But
Yeah,
we
I
had
don't
some
know.
talking points though this weekend too.
Huh?
We had some talking points this weekend too. The goal for Brentford, we put out a poll: should Onana have done better there? And everyone said yes.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I did read that, and I
but
was like, it's hard and low. That
yeah.
being said, yeah, if you get your hand on it, you should fucking save it.
So are we like? I'm interested, and I always want to like interview you over these problems because I see him one way because I'm a rival fan,
Yeah.
so I see him one way, and then I'm sure you see him another way. Like, you can't be happy with Onana's performances so far. Are you convinced that they're just going to get better? Like, there's going to be keeping improvement?
I'm not happy with them, but yeah, I'm definitely they'll get better. Like I'm not worried in the slightest. If this is carries, I mean, dude, we've already gone. I mean, the revisionism on De Gea is wild. I like De Gea, but people saying, "Oh, we should get De Gea back." It's like you gotta be fucking stupid. But we already went through 5 years of this.
Yeah.
Keepers making mistake.
Yeah.
Like clearly this isn't as bad. Like he's not this bad. I know he's not. There's just no way.
Yeah.
We've already gone through 5 years. I think we can afford. If we goes on, if this happens the whole season or another year, like okay. Yep. But it's no.
That's the clip on YouTube. If he goes down, or on TikTok, if he goes down like the rest of the season and keeps making mistakes, you just a clip of you going, dude, he's not this bad. There's just no way. It's just the compilation.
Yeah, I know. That's
but right. Like I don't know, because De Gea, don't get me wrong, he was good for a mistake. And when De Gea made a mistake, it was a howler. It was always like
bad.
He let it go between his legs, or like he like laid on the ball and it went in, like stuff like that. But I feel like, I don't know, he was a good shot stopper. I don't think he's nearly as good with his feet. So I guess that's quite like, I don't know. Do you look for a backup keeper who can compete with Onana in the near future if Onana doesn't improve? Because like, is Henderson your guy's number 2 right now?
No, Henderson's at Crystal Palace.
Who's your number 2?
Turkish boy.
No,
Tom Heaton.
Nowhere near
Tom Heaton,
okay.
And then Turkish boy.
Yeah, so he's nowhere near Onana's level.
Tom Heaton's got some good performances in him, man. You saw it live, okay? You saw Tom Heaton live. Shut you down.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if Ten Hag is going to want stylistically, like, a keeper that's good with his feet, in the next couple windows, you should look for a replacement that's also good with his feet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Onana's Ten Hag's guy though. Like, I just don't think he will. Or
Ajax
what?
He only signs Ajax players.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I also thought that with Donny Van de Beek. I was like, he's just gonna find a way to fit him in. It never happens.
I wish he did. I love Van de Beek.
I do too, dude. But like, he really doesn't do everything sometimes.
Yeah, I just think that, like, I don't know, a lot of the players at United are confidence players.
Yeah.
But because they're not getting performances, like, you can't play them.
Like, yeah. Or when they have a bad performance, media like shits on them beyond belief. Yeah. That's the problem. Like, it's not even United fans. It's really not, dude. It's fucking like, you get interaction.
It's Twitter though. It's exactly that. So like it's Twitter, like, because we only see, like, we're not the stadiums. Like
no, and I actually think in the last 6 months that has gone like drastically better. Mm-hmm. There was like a 2-year period right after COVID where that shit was awful. Yeah. However, it's also probably the same, but we don't see the same headlines. I feel like after COVID, there was like every single game there was racial abuse on Twitter. Yeah, I guarantee that shit's still happening. There's just not an article stating. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like in my mind, I'm feeling like it's probably not as bad, but it probably is the same. I don't know.
But there are other like things like I think it was obviously before COVID, but like AFTV used to be a super negative, like, Arsenal. Yeah. YouTube channel with people on there every day talking about how how the club is shit and how all this shit these players get out.
They made a lot of money doing that.
They did, but then they had to switch it up because people it started to get to the point where people wouldn't watch them.
Yeah, people are gonna go to other like actual fan channels. Like they just turned into like reaction
How
porn or
loud
something
can you
like that.
scream
Yeah,
after, yeah.
yeah. It's just like who can get the most upset? Who can get what's that dude? Where's the
Troops.
no
Oh, Ty.
Ty.
Who was the headphones?
I
and
used to
everything?
just be up at like 3 a.m. in college, just watching Ty clips, just being like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
Um, but yeah, man, I agree. Yeah, that's the wrap up of the weekend. There was a call, well, in Arsenal Man City, Kovacic. Should he have been gone in your opinion? Did you see both fouls?
Yeah, I think he should have. It probably could have been a straight red. But
On the first one?
on the first one, but I've seen that. I mean, that happened. You guys against us.
Yeah.
Similar. Um.
The picture of Saka on his ankle makes it look a lot worse. Like if you're judging by like if you're the referee and you walk up and you see the picture, like if that's the freeze frame that's on there first, you send him off 100%.
Okay, but I've seen stuff that bad that isn't given. However, I think it should be a red.
Right.
I
Well,
don't know.
and my
I don't
thing is
know.
like I can get the first one getting given as a yellow.
Yeah.
Like I get that, but the second one has to be a second yellow. Like the one on Rice that happened 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
He made like the same challenge again, and it's just like
And
I don't know.
I actually changed my mind on the first. I don't think it should be red. I think it's really it's a slippery slope, lowering what a red is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eventually, because it just kills the game. Just kills the game.
Yeah, it is tough because soccer is it's a contact sport, and you do have to find a line to draw. Especially like you look at like the NFL, and it's a contact sport too, obviously. But when they change the rules to make like what's a foul or a penalty, they're mostly thinking in like the protecting of the players, like helmet to helmet tackles can't do that. Like in soccer, where we're not seeing guys, getting career-ending injuries very often. Like obviously it happens, but like when they're saying like certain rules change, typically it's not because of injuries. It's just because of the rule change.
And almost a lot of red cards don't. I wonder what the conversion is to red cards to injuries. A lot of red cards aren't actually causing crazy like injuries.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and you'd have to take some of them out of it. Like you'd have to take some of the ones where it's like the last defender, like that.
Yeah.
Or like handballs. Like you'd have to take some of them out of it. But like red card challenges, it would be interesting to see how many actually equate to players missing games.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I think if you set the bar too low, it can be a problem. And that's why I'm saying like I don't think the first challenge I have no problem with it being just yellow, but when you do it again, that's where I like.
Yeah, you got to be smart. You can't be that stupid about it. There's speaking of like any sort of studs hitting leg being red. I mean, how many times do we see a player go for a slide tackle, just unfortunately hit the upper side of the ball and just roll over? You know what I mean? Where it really could have been, it really should have been a clean tackle. Just kind of an unfortunate hit of the ball pushes them into the player.
Well, that's like, Curtis Jones from last week.
Yeah.
On Liverpool, he like stepped on the ball and his foot rolled over, and like I don't know if it was Basuma was on, but he like tapped him, and like the player, like you can tell how light the actual contact was because like the player went down, but he sprung back up. It wasn't like one of those where he's like rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
But like they reviewed it and they gave a red card for that, and it's just like there's nothing he can really do about that.
No, and
there's no intent.
It's a split second thing where if the other player got there first, it would have been a red card on him, or got there last, like by a millisecond. It's just literally that's how close it is, and it just gets to the point where people are just sliding into balls to be the first one there, so the other person is gonna get. Yeah.
And that's where like there's always talk about like how to fix VAR, and one of the things that people bring up a lot is the replays have to be in like regular speed.
Yeah, you can't slow it down; it looks worse.
Once you slow something down, it looks worse, no matter what it is.
So much worse, yeah.
So I don't know. It could be something to look at. You want to go through our bets for the past week?
Oh yeah, we didn't do that, did we?
No,
Let's
we didn't. We've been talking for a while already.
Yeah, let's just. You want to just wrap up there?
Oh well, we got to do the bets. We got to do the Premier League update, and then I want to speak to the U.S. men's national team quick.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Just go down the list then. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I had a tough week as always. Aston Villa.
This is why you wanted to speed it up.
Aston Villa. Aston Villa versus Wolves. Aston Villa money line. I don't even know what happened. I don't care. Newcastle West Ham. Newcastle money line draw. Liverpool Brighton. Liverpool money line draw. 0 for 3. You went Everton money line. Ding ding ding. Liverpool money line draw. Newcastle money line draw. So you get a point. So that brings you. Congratulations, you're in the double digits now. I am still at 3.
Gotta turn around at some point, my guy.
Yikes.
But if I go 0 for 3 2 weeks in a row, you can pull it back.
I won't be pulling anything back anytime soon, most likely. I was, some called me the bet lord, the soccer bet lord for a while. I literally cannot get a single thing right anymore. Like a single thing right.
Yep.
Don't
tell the viewers that they're not gonna look for our bets.
No, they can look for yours. You're doing all right. I'm not doing all right.
You're bringing down the average.
I am. Sure. Something needs to happen, and it's getting pretty upsetting.
We'll hit something soon.
I gotta bet on MLS. I need it.
Yeah. So yeah. Happy with my lead. We moved. Moving over to fantasy. The one thing Nick is doing well in, and he is leading our fantasy league still. Not a great week from you, let's be honest. 37 points. Our whole league, I think the thing is that we're seeing in our league is everyone has Haaland captain, and everyone is terrified to move him. Because, you don't know which game he's going to score 3.
Yeah.
So we did see that. Nick is leading with 37 points this last game week. Young Chromosome in second with 38. And then I am in third with 48. And then FPK is in fourth with 50 to round off the Champions League spots in the Fantasy League. Within the top 3, there's only, a 9-point gap between each person-ish? Yeah. Right around that. So getting tight at the top. Be some questions for the managers, I guess, to see how it's going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for, the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I think my boys are ready.
I agree. Last thing we're going to run through quick is the international break. U.S. men's national team is playing this weekend in Hartford. They're playing against the Germans. You're pointing out the Aronson jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see if...
And the Germany jersey.
Oh, look at that. I wanted to see if they... Okay, so we got the full roster. I just want to see if anyone was left out. We'll just run through this and then we'll be good. Goalkeepers, we have Ethan Horvath, Matt Turner. They're the only 2 goalkeepers we brought.
Sick.
I'm fine with that. Ethan Horvath, good guy. Defenders, we got Carter Vickers, Serginho Dest,
nice.
Dejuan Jones, who has been good for the Revolution this year.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Lund, Tim Ream, legend.
Go.
Chris Richards.
Go.
Also, no, yeah, Miles Robinson, still not sold.
I was going to go goat again.
Joe Scully, and that's it for defenders. Midfielders, we got Johnny Cardoso, Luca De La Torre, who's been good for the national team.
Yeah, he's a squad guy for sure.
Weston McKinney, Yunus Musa, Gio Reyna, back in the squad.
Let's go, baby.
Bring it home. And then for forwards, we got Brendan Aronson, Florian Balogun, Kevin Paredes, Ricardo Pepi, Christian Pulisic, Tim Weah, Alex Zendejas. Which I think Zendejas is his debut. Is it not?
No, he already made his debut.
Yes, he did. Newer guy though.
Yeah, newer guy.
But man, we're starting to look like a real team. You know, like I mean, our midfield, you got McKennie, Musa, Gio Reyna. Pretty solid right there.
Yeah, that's a good midfield. That's
a good midfield.
That's the best midfield an American team has ever fielded for sure.
Front line: Balogun, Pulisic, Tim Weah.
Solid.
Not bad either. With Aronson off the bench.
All big players for sure.
Yeah, it's starting to come together for the U.S. Good things ahead. We'll see how they make out over the weekend. Yeah, it's getting exciting to be a what?
They're gonna make out.
We're lucky. It's getting more and more exciting to be a U.S. men's national team fan. You got more to look forward to. But yeah, you got anything else you want to talk about?
God bless the USA.
Good way to end it. Well, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at the Away Fans Podcast. Also, I almost forgot our merger. Well, not merger, but our joining of like this podcast group
media company
has been made official by the main head of it. I'm trying to think of all the words that I should be using here. Which is Press Play is the name of it.
Yep.
And it's joining us with another podcast called The Film Box, along with other creators that do book reviews, video game reviews, that kind of thing. So we're under the same umbrella now. So hopefully it'll make us have, a better, understanding of what we can do and help make our podcast better. And hopefully you guys will go listen to the Film Box, and Film Box people, you'll come listen to us, and we'll do our
crossover there.
Yeah. The crossover, dude. Switching streams,
Crossing streams.
But yeah, so that's official. That's on Twitter, so make sure you follow them too. And they'll update, I believe, on pretty much everything we do. So yeah,